the eternal youthing, 7 signs. We're going to be shifting our perspective on the whole, kind of in the mix of shifting timelines, past, present, future, things that are moving forward in the Ascension pathwork, perspective with leaders, teachers, and healers. And I'm going to be doing a lot of progressive channeling, downloads, infusing the new energies into the collective for New Earth. All the timelines and all the people from the past are forgiven. I don't need to speak to anybody. I don't want to speak to anybody. Those timelines are closed off. Everybody was told 2 years ago. It's 2 years too late for everybody, especially everybody from Calgary, everybody that was involved in the targeting. I will be pressing charges on everybody based on anything that comes forward before tomorrow. It has to go through my lawyer, jnelson@speclaw.ca, with letters of intention, and that includes original files that were done in any of the groups through government, citywide, provincial-wide, whatever that was done on my personal life, fraud, theft, everything that has been done to me over the past 8 years, that those that I have talked to and those that have watched my videos have utterly denied and accused me of falsifying those accusations. Everybody knows what's gone on. That's why they're going through karma right now, and that's why they're going to try and come back in my energy, because they know that God is moving me and shifting me, and I will get my blessings whether you choose to repay it or not. I'm going to be moving on to help the multiverse. I'm going to be moving on to uplift humanity and divine feminine. I will not stay back. I will not rebuild. I will not fix things that I did not break. I will not fix things from a karmic mess that was done by a satanic cult, coven, whatever you want to call yourselves, Mason, immature, petty ass, really wounded states of targeting people with spell work, trying to get back at each other and trying to get mean things with each other and using spell work to hurt people. And the petty stuff that has been going on. I'm not engaging. I'm not going to play any part of it. Nobody will be allowed in my space. Nobody will be allowed in my energy. Everybody from the past will be blocked. You've been told 8 billion jillion times. Take it up with God. Take it up with your ancestors. Everybody involved in the past doing spell work and targeting people to take them out and to ruin and disrupt their life. Everybody needs to have a psychiatric assessment. What happened to me was not normal. It wasn't okay. And that also goes for every official, every so-called Mason, false official, every person that was involved. Everybody needs to have a psychiatric assessment. Everybody. If anybody thinks that what occurred to me was a normal thing, people paying other people off to make things go away, to make a false narrative fit, just so that my life gets disrupted from day one, everybody needs to have an assessment. And I will be calling every person out. The truth will always come forward. The truth will always come out, and I will press charges on everybody. I will press charges. Nobody will be missed and nobody will be spared. There is no return. There's no rebuilding. There's no starting over. Every single person from the past, they have to face their deeds. They have to face every single spell that they chose because of their insecurities and their lack of self and their self-hate. There will be no return. There is no coming back. Everybody that's hacked my accounts, everybody that's touched my life, everybody that's falsified documents, everybody that has done everything, everybody will be blocked. You are not returning to my life. You're not returning to my life. You're not going to come back. You're not returning to my life. Everybody that makes stupid ass comments on my thing, every IP address, every person is being watched, and everybody is being called out and immediate karma. I'm tired of being people's karma. I'm tired of being people's target. I'm not playing anymore. The game will never continue. We're not doing this. Everybody is forgiven. You're going to go and sit in your karma. You're going to go and sit in whatever you need to sit in to see how ugly that all of you have been. This is how you treat divine sacred life. I am a holy person from the heavens, and you've all treated me like crap. Everybody from the past, everybody that's been in these agendas, everybody that's been in the human testing, and especially the people that knew me intimately. The people that knew me 20 years previously and did what they did and falsified and made themselves a fool. Made themselves a fool and made the entire community and city believe that they were the righteous ones, while stealing and taking and thieving and defaming. I'm suing everybody involved, and every name will be known across the entire multiverse. Everybody's timelines will be affected. The future timelines, your children's timelines will be affected. That's how karma works. because people have not only not made it right, they've done extra attacks and extra spiritual rituals. I don't understand the stupidity and the malice. I don't understand it. Anybody that understands what goes into a soul, and obviously you don't because you're thinking these ways and you're doing these things. Anybody that thinks that they have no higher intelligence whatsoever, and this is the darkness. Any person that thinks that they can take somebody's spiritual power by a spell work to do destiny swaps is utterly ridiculous. There are 13 dimensions in this universe. I am connected with all universes. I have infinite timelines on all universes. Anybody that thinks that they can do a swap at that low vibration, if they're a low vibration, it doesn't matter what they call themselves, a 33 Mason or a 33 degree North Star Eastern, I don't give a fuck what the titles are. They mean nothing in the spiritual realm. Anybody that thinks that they can take somebody's spiritual destiny is they're just, you simply can't. There are intelligence that the legions, it doesn't make any sense. And I will be a part of changing the laws, because premeditated murder, death magic, and those people that do death magic, anybody that does death spells, anybody that does spells to take someone out, harm their life, interfere with their life, whether it's government or whether it's a church, whether it's anybody, everybody is facing judgment. Nobody will be missed. Nobody. I say these same things over and over and over again. So God will show you. There will be no reconnection with anybody from. There is no reconnection over. There's no going out to bake cookies and start the cycle over again and pretend that 8 years of targeting and abuse didn't happen. That the stealing of my name, the stealing of my work, the stealing of my energy, trying to take my spiritual powers, which is utterly ridiculous. Everybody needs to go get a psychiatric assessment. You cannot take spiritual powers from anybody. Sacrificing the rituals, the spell work, the voodoo, the fucking with timelines, you cannot do it. These are very powerful, important times for the entire multiverse. Do you think a 3D, low vibrational, secret cult of misogynists is going to have power over an entire multiverse of 13th dimensional templates of creatorhood? Of God's overall destiny writing for every single person on this planet? It's utterly, the arrogance is so utterly mind-boggling. The ignorance and the arrogance. So God will show everybody how they must. Whether it's a financial crash, whether it's every single person being blocked, whether it's the family karma that you have chosen to take on by continually attacking an innocent healer that is from the heavens for the whole earth benefit. Touching my life, touching my documents, adjusting my documents because you think you have power. Look at everything that was done. It's all about power over others, forcing agendas, the enforcement of agendas that is all about corruption. And why so much was done to me? The abuse was so vile on so many accounts. The charges are arm lengths. The number of offenses, even in the spiritual realm, none can count. That was done on me in this one lifetime. People are not understanding. People are not understanding how you attain spiritual power. It is not by death and sacrifice. You will be moved out. Period. You cannot pay for spiritual power. You cannot pay for spiritual ranking. You have to earn it. Get that through your heads. It is the lowest vibration on this planet, is the idea that you have to pay for something that you want when you have zero connection with spirit. Spiritual power is spirit. If you're using dark entities, you will never get a higher vibrational woman. You will never get her intuitiveness. You will never get her gifts and skills. You simply won't. God moves me on every speck of the spectrum. God moves me. Nobody else moves me. Nobody else touches my energy. I don't understand what people don't get about this. I don't get it. I don't get why someone, after we say you're going to commit your family to eons of dark karma and you will never see a timeline of light, and these people are willing to do it and continually do this rituals and spell work. I don't understand that. You don't care about that. What you care about is power. I don't get that. I don't get why your only care is about power. That is not who you are. That is not who you are. You don't understand. These people in these cults and secret societies and thinking that they can take people's power or entertainment, or they can take their talented gifts. It's utterly, absolutely, it is delusional. It is delusional. It's utterly delusional. It's a psychiatric experience. You have to go get tested. You cannot take somebody's talent. You cannot be up on the top by paying people to sacrifice to kill you. That is utterly benign. You are committing your entire lineage to eons of darkness, and you will never see the light of God. You earn your spiritual ranking by honoring your alignment and connection and relationship with God. The right use of free will. Are you honoring life? Are you valuing life? Do you love your body? Are you loving the cells within your body that are godly? Start within. If you're not starting within, you have no idea, and you're not going to go pay or take a pill or have somebody do a voodoo to get you that spiritual power. It is utterly benign and ridiculous. You have no idea who you are. Look up spiritual enlightenment. Look up light body activation. That's how you earn spiritual power, is by doing the work, is by doing the transmutation, by doing the alchemy. We are multidimensional beings. You cannot pay for spiritual power. I don't understand the stupidity of there's just a zero understanding of energy. There's zero understanding of spirit. It has nothing to do with religion. And this is why many religious, so-called righteous people, they've called themselves righteous, and yet they're doing the most horrible, horrible things behind the scenes to pay for somebody's spiritual power. I have more ranking than many of the popes that are sitting in the churches. And you want to target me with your highfalutin elite money, and then you get all targeted because God is showing you that, no, you're not in righteousness. Because you're trying to take out a pure healer that could have healed your whole lineage. But instead of that, you chose arrogance, you chose stupidity, you chose idiocy because you didn't want to face your arrogance. You wanted to have power over others, and power over others is not godly. Jesus could have sent energy to have all of those people that have lashed him. He could have sent energy to those people, and every one of those people could have been facing their karma immediately. But Jesus didn't, because God had a plan. That's how powerful Jesus was, just by a thought. That's how powerful Jesus was. He didn't have to do that. Because why? Because he was trained, and that's his spiritual power. God gave him that power. God is not going to give a 33-degree Mason or I don't give a crap what the titles are called. It doesn't matter, because that's where these people think they have title. They think they're going to pay people in and out of systems. No, they're never going to get caught. These judges are never going to be seen. The paperwork's never going to be known. The evidence is going to be this and that. And everybody's never going to face their karma. But you know what? Every time somebody acts like that, behaves like that, they're not facing their karma. They will get 10 times more karma. And they're going to see it roll out in the people that they say they love the most. Because they have chosen with God that rather than making it right, and rather than doing what right, rather than facing their darkness, rather than facing their ego arrogance, rather than being spiritual, they're choosing to hide and go hide and try and make it like nothing really ever happened. No, you have to face the fuck shit you created. You have to face the fuck shit that you wanted power over another. You wanted to take their gifts and skills. You wanted to silence that healer. You wanted to make it sure that she didn't have her voice and her rights in her life because you wanted your life to be more important. Well, why don't you just go in and start making your life more important with God? What does it matter about all the outer titles and the monies and the whole? It's so corrupt and it's so wrong. And I can't wait to have everybody in court. I will sue every person. I will sue the city. I will sue the government. I will sue every single person that has touched my life. Everybody will be sued for touching my life. Everybody. Everybody will be sued karmically, or everybody will sued in the court of laws. So much ignorance about spirit. There's so much ignorance. And it's all about the unhealed energies with divine masculine. And the divine feminine that think that because they want attention and because they want importance, they want false sense of importance, selling and abusing of the life force, selling and abusing of humanity, selling and abusing of they think they're going to get spiritual power. This entire underground BS is the monopoly of using and abusing spiritual life force, spiritual energy, and human life, which is spiritual sacredness. Nobody gets it, and these people will be shifted. You're not getting the soul lesson, people. You're not getting it. You cannot buy spiritual power. You have to earn it. You cannot trade, you cannot sacrifice, you cannot voodoo spiritual power into your destiny. You have to earn it. You have to earn it through lifetimes of understanding about detachment and the virtues. You have to be in virtuous. You have to go in and study virtues. You have to practice virtues. You can't just say to a pulpit, you can't get up on your pulpit and say, I'm righteous, I wear my robe because every generation before me stood here, but you have zero connection and you do harmful things behind the doors. God is calling every single person that has done so. God is calling everyone out. This is the time where you cannot stand on the fence. You either are of pure spirit and you want to have a spiritual, soulful life and you care about the unity of all, or you don't. There is no fence sitting. You cannot buy your way to ascension. You cannot take a pill. You cannot do spell work. You cannot manipulate somebody's documents and give it to a false prophet, thinking that the world will. As the world awakens with light codes, as the world awakens in their dreams, as they're on light ships healing, as they're awakening to who they are as a soul, and they know things they didn't know. You can't buy anything that is spiritual. You will be moved out. There's no going back and forth. If you're not pure of intent to be a soul-infused being with source creator, with spirit, to have an eternal life in all realms, all dimensions, if you're not pure of heart to get right with spirit and God and source creator and who you are as a higher self, who you are as multiple versions of you on many different planets and many different realms, if you are not soulfully pure of heart, if that intention is not there, your spirit guides know you're not going to be gifted that next ladder. Everything is directed from your purity of heart. If your heart chakra is closed and all you've been doing is targeting, manipulating, misogynistic attacks, your low vibrational hating and killing of people, your taking of people's energy, your harvesting of people's energy, if you have been doing so, you will be moved out and you will not see a light timeline. You will be moved. There is no more of this corruptive earth. Everybody is being shown now. You cannot pay, you cannot do rituals, you cannot do sacrifices for energy anymore. These are being sent back as we spoke 2 years ago. Everybody's receiving karma day by day by day by day. Sacrificing and spell work and rituals to take from people, to hurt people, to swap people's stuff when you haven't done the work and you have no clue what you're talking about. You cannot take a destiny when you have no clue. There's no vibrational match. You're a low vibrational, dark ass person, and all you want to do is take and hate and steal from people because you don't want to do the work. You're here for an experiential reason, that is to navigate all emotions and heal the 51% of the wounds that you have come for, to transform and transmute, because you're a soul. You're soul with spirit across all nations, across all worlds, across all planets. You cannot pay. You cannot do spell work just to get there. You have to go through the minutia and show God that you're understanding virtues, you're understanding patience, you're understanding detachment. You have to practice it. You have to earn that spiritual ranking. 900 lifetimes is what I'm harmonizing. I've earned what I've earned. And nobody can swap it and nobody can take from it. Nobody can do a birth chart reading and think they're going to swap me. And anybody that is doing that stuff, your gifts and your skills and your spiritual ranking, everything that you are has been taken and ripped from you. You will have no ranking. Your spells won't work. Your gifts will be taken away and you will become spiritually blind because you don't care about the universal laws and you have all been told. So not to get. You really have to stop and you have to think and draw it out. You will not get into ascension. You will not get into the garden gates. You will not get into your next level. You will not create spiritual ranking in any way. You will not tap into your gifts. You will not tap into the love of God. Everyone that is acting and behaving in low vibrational, taking, stealing, thieving, sacrificial bullshit, you will absolutely bring karma to your lineage and to your children and to your families, and you will reincarnate back into a dark god. You earn your body. And if you treat yourself and others like crap, you will have a sick body because you have no respect for it. If you do spell work and hate and harm to people, you have no respect for anybody, and you will have that return karma. You are a vibrational being. Everything you are within is vibrating to creation. It's going to show it to you right back. I have my right to be here. I have my right to be who I am. There is no returning from anybody from the past. Everybody knows what they stole from me. Every single person since I've been on this planet for 50 plus years, everybody knows what they have done in my life to affect me. The councils, the groups, the governments, the people, the sects, the covens, whatever you want to call yourself, everybody knows. You have to make it right with God, and you have to clear that karma, because I'm not going anywhere and I affect the multiverse. Anything that you incarnate into, you will be holding that version of debt to me. And that's not going to go away. The karma board are the legions of the highest beings of light, and they know every timeline, they know every body, they know every soul contract, they know every soul blessing. They cannot give a soul blessing until that karma is paid. That's how the spiritual ranking works. Have you honored the spiritual lessons your soul is showing you? Heal the envy, heal the jealousy, heal the unknowing and the arrogance of what you think spiritual understanding is. There's a complete and utter zero knowledge in our collective right now, because everybody has been so superficially focused. The divine masculines have been completely disconnected from spirit and source. Complete disregard for divine feminine. Complete disregard for source creator that provides breath. You have to earn spiritual ranking. You have to go within and alchemize the darkness that you have chosen to disconnect from your light. There is an ascension process, and I teach it. Targeting and doing spell work and thinking you're just going to come slithering back in because you know God's going to give me a blessing, and all the pocket watchers, because all they do is they pocket watch from person to person and they try and take and they try and vampire off people. You're not understanding what we're saying, and we've been saying the same message for 8 years. You have to go away. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And you have to go away, and you have to go away, and you have to think, and you have to sit with spirit. You have to be quiet with spirit. You have to be present with spirit. You have to tune in with your guides. You have to attach yourself with the highest version of you, your higher self. You're not going to get through ascension by thieving, stealing, sacrificing any business, any company, any government, any person that is using such. You will be moved. No government, no person, no robe, no elitist, no whatever you think you are. Your arrogance has been stopping your soul connection with the multiverse, and you will be moved back. The only way through is truth. 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 If you don't know who you are, you will not ascend. And you will return to dark timelines in dark bodies with dark minds and diseased bodies. You have to earn the light by facing the shadow, by accepting the shadow and creating new beliefs. That is your connection with source, with God, with all that is life, with Gaia, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Everything plays a part in ascension. There is no disconnection. You cannot pay for something and think you're going to move into a 5D spiritual power place because you want to rule the dark world, and you want to have people buy and pay things and come to you and bow to you and suck your dick when you want to and tell you you're beautiful and put you on stage and tell you you're an important star. You're missing the absolute and utter message of being spiritual. There never will be competition in spirituality. And if you're thinking that way, you're very wounded and you need to go get healed. There will never be competition in spirituality. You have to raise your vibration. Everyone is a unique puzzle piece, and everybody is needed. There is no one better than the other. There is spiritual ranking based on what you have moved through in understanding your soul's lessons. Your soul's lessons are deeply rooted in the 7 sins. We say 7 sins. Those were the words used way back when they didn't have any other words. For understanding a multidimensional body of which you are the psyche of God, the mirror of God, the micro-macro of God, for your lineage, for your people, for your line, for your timelines, for your soul, you chose to take on. The reason why you can't destiny swap, because you chose to take on those very specific soul wounds so that your soul could grow in a greater capacity. You can't swap out those lessons. You can't swap out somebody's destiny. You can't change your soul's thing unless you go through the lessons and you understand, I'm here to learn a big lesson about envy. How can I manifest loving myself? How can I manifest a true sense of self? I'm meant to transcend this envy energy. That's your soul lesson. You can't swap it for somebody that's already gone through envy a long time ago. You cannot swap these soul lessons. You will not move until you get that lesson. And that's why God is going to keep throwing people back to the same timeline, to the same body, to the same energy until you go within. Look at your jealousy, look at your lack of sense of self, look at the envy, look at the self-hate, look at the no sense of self, look at the no sense of self-design, look at the no sense of self-love. We are teaching you how, everybody. We're teaching you how. You cannot give a spell or take a spell or do a ritual or a sacrifice to earn self-love. You absolutely have to practice it. You have to look at why you're here as a blessing and start being it. Start feeling the energy of love and self-design. You will never get anywhere. You will never be ranked spiritually by doing corrupt actions, ever. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. You cannot pay anybody to do spells to get you to where you want to go. You can't and you won't, and you'll be put right back. Whether it's a diseased body, whether it's a diseased mind, whether it's utter poverty, or you bring sickness to your entire family. You are choosing your karma, and all of you will see how damaging and how arrogant and how ignorant your choices have been, those that have been doing practitioner work to affect others. You are affecting your lineages to come and the bodies that you're going to walk into. And you all continue to wake up every day and disregard Source, when Source has made it abundantly obvious. Leave me alone. Stop messing with my life. Everybody that has touched my life needs to make it right. Documents need to be returned the way they were. Truth needs to be made on every level, on every thread, on every corner. The monies need to be returned post haste. Everybody has till tomorrow. And there's no bending, there's no compromising, there's no counter offering, there's no compromising. Everybody is choosing what timeline they go into. Everybody's choosing what next timeline they come into. Everybody's choosing what next body they come into. Everyone's choosing the karma for their children at this point. This isn't a game. It's not a fun little game where you roll the dice and say, hey, what do we do now? No, there's no dice. This is it. The windows are closing. The doors are shut. There's no going back. There's no do-overs. Everybody from the past, I said you are forgiven. Leave me the fuck alone. You're not coming back into my life. The cords have been cut. The contracts have been severed. You need to make right. You need to be accountable for the damage that you have done to my life. You need to be accountable for making me homeless when you had the monies that belonged to me, and lying about it and denying it and bringing psychological torment when everybody knew as I was speaking 100 truth. Everybody involved will be sued. There was zero due diligence on any level by anybody. And everybody will receive karma. My loyal clients and those that want to be leaders of New Earth, leaders of different realms, leaders of the archangels, leaders of the federations, and helping integrate New Earth, helping Divine Feminine and the healing on this planet, and helping Gaia heal, and bringing the highest levels of intelligence for new ways for humanity to be the highest level of intelligence. Those are my clients. You're walking with me. You're my disciples. You're in the gates. Because you gave when you didn't have anything to give. You believed when you didn't have anything to believe in. That's earning your ranking, dear lighted ones. When giving, when you knew that that person needed something and you knew that you had something to give, you gave it. Everybody's known my story. It's been out there. Every one of my videos, share my videos. Why? Why is my platform being closed? Because there's people out there that know that I'm out there or was told a certain story about me. And if I actually get out there, all these stories and all the unravelings of all the lies and all the fake businesses and all the fake people and all the agendas and all the mess that was created for selfish gain is going to come down. I'm suing everybody. I'm suing everyone, every single person. I will sue 7 to 25 years in jail. There's no going back. There's no compromising. There's no doing this over. Everybody needs to sit in their darkness and they need to know what they need to do to make it right. The only way through is truth. These are your soul lessons. I'm coming back in karma and I'm going to stand here at the gates of hell, at the gates of the heaven with Anubis. And God is saying, Joanna, what is your justice? I have the gavel. I have the scales. I choose. That's my authority. And nobody's heard me. Why? Because I'm divine feminine and they think I'm stupid. And because I'm a healer, they think I'm really sweet and I can't call justice. My ranking outranks every spiritual court, every legal court on this planet. That's my spiritual ranking. I outrank every court on this planet. That's my authority. You want to take it up with somebody? Take it up with God. That's my spiritual ranking. Get out of my way. You're not coming back into my life. Learn your soul lessons and go heal. Go heal. Go heal your no sense of self. Go heal your jealousy. Go heal your envy. Go heal why you feel intimidated and why you feel insecure when everybody stands before you. That is a zero sense of self. Go heal and make it good with God. The only way you can have a sense of self is going within, connecting with spirit, and doing the inner work. You cannot pay anybody. You cannot copy it. You cannot swap it. You cannot sacrifice it. You cannot ripcord it from somebody. You cannot do human testing on them to force their energy to be yours and hide behind their light. I know everything that has been done to me, hiding in my light, veiling my light so that you don't get seen for your dirty deeds. I know what has been done to me. And I will see every single person in court. Bring your fat, expensive suits. Every single name will be known across the multiverse. Every single person will be known. So if all you care about is your reputation and your title and your money, everybody in the multiverse will be known. It's going into your Kosh. It's going into your birth chart records. It's going into the realms of all realms. You don't understand anything about spirituality. Every deed you make goes into your Akashic record. It stays on the planet forever. And in 10 timelines from now, I will come back again and I will be another version of a master. And I will say, I read that record to you 10 years ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago. That's your record. I'm reading it. Because you did the same thing to Jesus 3,000 years ago. That's your record. Did you learn? Did you have any soul evolution in 3,000 years? Or are you still discriminating and hating people? You refuse to go within and do the work with God. I'm showing you how to access success and soul ranking. Your soul ranking is with you and you only. You and God. Because the Akashic records, the Akashic councils, the karmic councils know every thought, word, and deed. You will get nowhere doing spell work. You will get nowhere taking money for spell work to harm another and interfere with their life. Number one law, everybody is being judged on. It's going into your Kosh. It's going into your karmic records. It's going into your karmic soul records. It's going into your blueprint. It's going into your next birth chart that you're born into next. It's going into the body that you come into next. Are you getting it? You're a multidimensional being. Everything you do right now affects your next futures. Every body you walk into, you're not going to drop it. You can't jump to a timeline you're not prepared for. You can't jump to a timeline when you have no idea about the psyche. And you have no idea how to heal that soul fragment because you're all confused. Because you haven't done the work. You haven't cleared the energy. You haven't taken in that soul lesson. You haven't learned how to navigate every single dark energy and every soul lesson you came to promise to choose to transcend. You have to do the work. You cannot buy yourself into ascension. You cannot skip up there. You can't take a quick pill. Thank you, Spirit. This has to be in the center of your being. You have to get this. Your soul evolution is very, very pivotal to every aspect of life in creation. Who are you? What do you exist within? What is existing within you? That's all that matters. And you can't do spell work to make those three answers come forward. You have to sit every day and you have to want to be soulful. You have to want to wake up in the energy of being a spirit. Because we've always been spirit. You've been conformed to separate and disconnect. And that is the deep wounding that the divine masculine collective thinks that they can pay their way through and navigate in mental manipulation in and around. Because they've had the control for 3,000 years. There is deep traumas on this planet and you have to look at everything as you. You've manifested this so that you can't see and face who you are. You can't blame another. You can't dump it on another. You can't karma dump on someone. You can't go into somebody's light field and then pretend that you're a light person and shapeshift in and out of their energy and then in dream time steal their essence and go into their chakras and suck them dry. And you can't go into these sexers where you're intending to be somebody's consciousness and then fuck them over and they've got to heal from it right from scratch again. None of you are understanding anything that we've been talking about. You need to go back to our very first video. You need to go back to our very first video. You need to sit with God. You need to do the infinity every day until you start connecting with the heart and the soul and the vibrations of what's going on within you. And until you end up on your knees crying because God has given you that activation. And that is when that reconnection takes place. You have disconnected from your and fucking clout. And it means nothing in the spiritual realm. I outrank all churches and all courts on this planet. Are you getting it? I don't have to have a certificate. I don't have to have a robe. I don't have to have a church. I've proven that. I didn't have to prove it. God wanted to prove it. Just as proven the various stories with Jesus. Because people are so arrogant in their misogynies and their discriminations. Look at your discrimination. Look at your discrimination. It is you. It is your self-rejection. You're not accepting divine feminine. It is your self-rejection. Look at it and feel it. Are we getting it? Walk, and when you breathe and you walk with God, you feel your whole body move. That's being connected. Any of that. I was homeless for 3 years in my life with intention and malice. It was face the ugliness of your own lack of self. You have to face the ugliness because you created it. You allowed it. You allowed your satanic worshiping and your satanic chanting to think that there's nothing out there. God is showing everybody. Everything is God. Everything is spirit. Every ugly chant that you do affects every aspect of life on this planet. Every attack on a woman or a child, you affect all aspects of life in the multiverse. And you're going to carry that darkness on your soul. It never goes anywhere, and you can't spellcast it away. Anybody telling you, and anybody doing spellcasting, anybody taking money for spellcasting that is not of a healing nature, only for you and you only. And if you are doing this in any other way, you absolutely are going to have all your gifts taken. You will be stripped, and you will have no spiritual ranking. And you're going to have to start from scratch, all from day one again, because you have no respect for life. It all comes down to respect. If you don't respect life, if you don't respect others, if you don't respect energy, you will not move forward. You will stay in darkness. You chose that. Power over others, power over energy, power over agendas, power over sect, power over the people, power over anything. You will be living in darkness. You're not getting the lesson. Power is nothing if you don't understand. Everything is energy. Everything is spirit. If you disrespect spirit, your gifts and your skills and whatever you think you have is taken away. This is ascension. It is a sacred process. It is about you reunifying with Source Creator for infinite and eternal life. Look it up. Do your research. Self-actualization, what is it? Look it up. Been practiced from the very beginning of time, and masters have come forward to teach this to every collective, every sect of people, every dimension, and every reality, because we are evolving beyond barbarianism. We're not defined by religion. We're not defined by the color of skin we are. We're not defined by the bodies that we carry, and why God will place masters before you in every single level of discrimination that you hold. And the planet for 3,000 years has highly discriminated divine feminine. This is my role. This is my destiny. I've earned it. No person that is disconnected with their higher self will ever be a spiritual leader. It's an equation. It's not a judgment. If you are hurting people, if you are disregarding the sanctity of your body, if you are disregarding the sanctity of life, you will not be a spiritual leader. If you are sending attacks on people, you will not be a spiritual leader. If you are paying for spell work to have people harmed, if you are withholding monies, if you're withholding information, if you're withholding truth, you will not be a leader. You will have a lot of karma. You will bring that karma to all of your children and all of your timelines, because you have chosen with God what your universe and what your timeline and what your new earth will look like. These are the same basic rules that every channel, that every psychic, go look it up. Go look at Lee Carroll's website and listen to some of his videos from the very beginning of time. Ascension is a very sacred process of honoring self-actualization into the light body, the Merkaba, using the chakra systems, the fields, and who we are as multidimensional beings. This is all I have taught for 16 years. And then people got into making me a business. exploiting me, taking from me, defaming me, defiling me, changing my numbers, changing my documents, falsifying my signatures, falsifying claims, because they wanted to use and abuse me as the story that has been for Divine Feminine and children and Gaia. The exploitation of sacredness. That's the burning energy of my story. I have come here as a sacred gift, and you have all defiled me. In the ways that you have. Lied, withheld, kept, tormented, tortured, played with me like I'm an emotional dumping ground for you. When there's no other option, you come running back to me to fix your life because now all your other options are, it's vile and it's utterly disgusting. How women are treated as options and secondary and pieces of meat. I'm going to claim her. I'm going to do this. And it's just vile. I'm going to do spell casting to make sure I have all their sexual energy, and I'm going to make them bow to me, and I'm going to dominate. It's just vile. Handling, the whole underground handling. I surrender at spirit. I surrender at spirit. I surrender all these stories of 3D vileness. Please place another light worker in these people's paths. I release myself from all these stories and all these timelines. It's utterly exhausting to a soul and a spirit. I've been depleted on every level in every way, and people have fucked with me every way they can. I'm surrendering this to another light worker spirit. Send it to somebody else. I'm here for a higher vibrational collective that actually understands healing and the path of spirit. I'm aligning myself with a higher vibrational collective. I'm aligning myself with a higher vibrational tribe that doesn't do spell work and manipulation and triangulation to get falsifications and inheritances and things stolen from them, because they don't want to have to work for anybody. They just want to sit at home and look at their Gucci bags and call themselves an elite person. I want tribes that don't have anything to do with spell work but healing their own body and working with Gaia for the collective. I'm putting my intentions out to be in front of the highest vibrational collective because they absolutely know what it feels like to be down on their luck, and every day they get up and pray with God and they work with God and they smile to people and they give back. Those are the people I want to work with. I want another light worker. I want another person. I want God to give somebody to these people that have no respect for life, that have no respect for energy, that don't care about women, that don't care about life. Put another light worker in their path, spirit. I don't want this job anymore. I'm saying this publicly. I'm saying this as a creative collective. I want to be in front of people that care about life. I want to be in front of people that care about spirit. I want to be in front of people that care about spirituality. I want to be in front of people where they're not targeting left, right, and center because all they care about is their dick, their money, and their title. Or their importance to get on stage and be a pretend star. Your creativity of your soul's blueprint is who you are as spirit, as a creative agent, and a creative craft with God, micro, macro. And if you don't get that, you got to go within and start understanding who you are as a creative being. I want to be in front of a new tribe. I want a tribe that doesn't do spell work for me. I want a tribe that doesn't pocket watch me for the next way and the next timeline and the next money and the next client that gives me $1 because they know I didn't have coffee yesterday. Do you see the arrogance and the selfishness? It is so vile. And these stories have to be said because these people are there waiting for the money to drop. When I've been sitting homeless and they don't care about what they have done, they will be moved, they will be shifted, and karma is tenfold. The people that have adjusted my birth records, the people that have played with my documents, the people that have done human testing, the people that have paid, the financiers, the governments, the officials, the bodies, the people, the groups. You had a divine being from the most highest royal lineage before you. You could have supported her, you could have lifted her, all could have benefited, all could have walked in light bodies, all could have given health and healing to their children, all could have done and been a part of unity and oneness. They could have raised divine feminine, they could have supported her, they could have created new timelines, they could have created new life. Everybody has till tomorrow. I'm out. There's no restart. There's no restart. Everybody from the past, there is no restart. You're not going to come back. You're not going to send any more people to try and become my boyfriend and girlfriend. The low vibrational stories, as if I would sleep with anybody because somebody sends it and they think that that's the next pattern of their little schemes of darkness and demonic entities. Let's just go send her people and maybe we can get back in her energy. You're not getting back in my energy. Everybody from the past has been told. Your guides are now taken off. Your support systems are now taken off. You're not coming back into my energy. You've done nothing to heal. You've done nothing to make anything right. Nobody is going to return to my life. The soul contracts are broken and burned and severed through the highest of the realms of Archangel Michael. You have to understand spirituality. It is a very sacred process, and you cannot continue to disregard, disrespect, and dump on a sacred soul that helps a multiverse. You're not getting it. Your 3D ranking and your 3D woundings have to be healed and looked at. My ranking supersedes all. God gave me that authority. You can believe it or not believe it and sit in your wounding and your arrogance and your no sense of self and your insecurity. If you think that that triggers you, heal your insecurity. I'm with God. That's my compass. That's all I care about. I don't want a 3D ranking. I've superseded that. My ranking is in the spiritual realm. I help all life. I was never here to prove anything to anybody. I was here to help the world heal, and I was veiled on every level. Open up my platforms, return and do right what you need to do. Any actions and targets against me, speaking vile against me, with my name in your mouth, you have karma. And choose very carefully what you want your children to wake up to, because you're all choosing it. And it's not me, it's you. You're choosing it. You're choosing it because you're insecure and you're wounded. So be very careful about what you're asking for your family, for your future, for your bodies, for who you are as a so-called spirit. Get connected with spirit, get connected with your soul, ask your guides to come in and do the work of healing. I'm not your issue, you are. I have my rights to be who I am. I'm here to help the multiverse. I want a higher vibrational collective. I want a higher vibrational tribe. I want higher vibrational people put before me. I'm going to help universities, governments. I'm going to help the systems that want to be transformed to 5D. Anybody that's on that board, anybody that's on that realm, talk to your spirit guides, talk to your souls. That's where we're going. Go listen to the other channels. Go listen to self-actualization videos. Go do the healing. Understand chakras. Understand your multidimensional fields. Go do the research and the homework. That's what I've been talking about. Stop targeting me. You're just earning more karma. And every single one of you are going to get pulled. Every single name, every single title, every single person that's done an attack on me. Every stupid comment in the little chat thing. Everybody is getting karma. If you don't respect life, if you don't respect spirit, if you don't respect energy, karma, karma, karma. We are here on a oneness ride. Wake up, people. Everything you do affects everybody. Wake up. There is no return. There's no do-overs. There's no new cycles. Make right what you did wrong. Return my money. Correct the paperwork. Leave my life and leave my timelines alone. You have zero right, and your gifts and your talents and your skills and everything that you are will be blocked until you get the lesson. Leave me be. If you want healing, if you want guidance, step on. It has to be pure of heart. You're not allowed back in my energy for anybody that has abused me, and you all know who you are. All timelines, all realms, all universes. I forgive all. Walk forward on your path. I offer the best of luck to you. You're not going to be coming to my platforms. You're not going to be coming to my life. You're not going to be coming to my spaces or my energy. Anybody from the past that has abused me, taken from me, stolen from me, raped from me, changed documents, defiled me on any level in any way. I'm closing those contracts out. The lessons have been learned. Thank you so much for the grand soul lessons. And I wish you love and peace to everybody. I hope everybody a beautiful wonderment. May you sit down and write very powerful affirmations. I'm going to do a video probably at the end of the week about 7 signs of eternal youth and 7 signs of eternal youthing and how to operate in that eternal life energy. That is my message. The past is closed. Thank you so very much. Go seek out other light workers. Go seek out other channelers. Go seek out other healers. I know who I am. I'm asking only those of pure heart that want 5th dimensional transmutation and evolution. I will no longer be around or allowed to be touched by disrespectful, abusive, corruptive souls. Everybody's being closed out. You know you're corrupt because you don't care. And you think it's a joke. You will be blocked and you will be sent away. And in that, I wish everybody a beautiful, beautiful day.